Joining us now is Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales. Congressman, thank you for joining us this morning. So you saw there in that clip from NBC News, President Biden pointing his finger backward at the last administration. You know, a lot of blame game going on. To me, it looks like they're asleep at the wheel. I mean, they're not willing to acknowledge what's happening. There seems to be no effort to remedy the situation. What's your impression of their strategy or lack thereof?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, the border is as bad as it's ever been, and it's only getting worse. And, you know, my phone rings off the hook from mayors and ranchers that are dealing with issues every single day. Regular people have seen their small towns along these borders turned upside down. It continues to spiral out of control. It's unbelievable that this president won't act. But here's the thing. On the ground, the people demand action. I'm excited we rolled out a bill. Hopefully we talk about that today, but people demand action. Whether the president helps or not, Congress has to lead.
Let's talk about that bill a little bit, Congressman, because part of it has to do with capacity, I believe, because part of what is happening at the border right now is they're sending 500 members of the Agriculture Department down there to help with the non-crisis. So what is I believe the bill is the Bipartisan Border Solutions Act. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, the Bipartisan Solutions Act does a couple things. Number one, it takes Border Patrol agents out of the processing business and gets them back into the national security business. They want to be out in the field. They want to be protecting our borders. That's the number one thing. The second thing is it adds 150 judges to the equation. We need to have these immigration judges on the border processing these cases immediately. This is the way it works. If somebody comes over and they make their way through, they immediately call home and they let everybody know that, hey, I got through, everything's great. And then guess what? They start coming along too. Well, if they don't make it through, they come over, they get processed, and they get turned around. That word starts getting out. The judges is key and critical to it all. This is the only bill, the Bipartisan Border Solutions Bill is the only bipartisan and bicameral bill. Congress needs to act.
You know, Congressman, you said something fascinating a moment ago, and it's worth highlighting over and over again. The people on the ground are asking for help, the sheriffs, the residents, whoever it may be. It's something you simply cannot manage from afar because you can't understand it from afar. And here's one illustration. Now, it's an extreme illustration. At least we think it's an extreme illustration. But here's something that's going on in the city of Houston. Police uncovered a human smuggling case with more than 90 people trapped in a single home. And their concerns, not just over the human smuggling element of this, but that these 90 people may have not just been untested, but positive, in fact, for coronavirus. Tell us what you know about this.
You know, I did a ride along with the Eagle Pass Police Department. This was months ago. I mean, this was before everything really started spiraling out of control. And as I did this ride along, Eagle Pass is right along the border there in Piedras Negras. The police chief is telling me last week we found a stash house there for human smuggling, and a stash house there, and a stash house there. It was just unbelievable. Now what we've seen, it's not just those towns along the border. It's Houston, it's San Antonio, and it's going to be elsewhere as well. It's not, the crisis is continuing to grow. It's continuing to expand. The fact, it's so frustrating to not have a partner, someone to work with in the administration to just go, look, this isn't a Republican problem. It's not a Democrat problem. Let's work together to try to solve this. We deserve that. Right? The people that live near and on the border deserve that. But it's so frustrating that there's nobody from the administration that will just take any leadership role in this.
Yeah. Congressman, thank you. I think that's a fantastic point, because this is a moment that we should all be united on trying to find a solution. And unfortunately, that seems to not be the case. And we need some leadership. That also, unfortunately, seems to not be the case with respect to this administration right now. But we can hope that things will improve, and we do. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you again.